back to another episode of Cousin Speak. I am Nino,
Evie,
and together we are Cousin Speak. We are
cousins.
coming to you live tonight from all over the world. How you doing, Cuz?
Hey, how are you?
I am good, 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 and gooder.
Yes, and highly favored.
Best black and highly favored.
I love it. I love
Are,
it.
are you reviewing anything tonight?
Oh, listen, guys, I am still on my old faithful. We are still with the absolute and sweet and sour. So this is what I'm doing tonight. Cheers. What about you, cousin?
I'm just drinking my normal red Kool-Aid
Okay.
made by
Is that the
God.
red?
Mm-hmm. It's just
Okay.
red wine.
Yeah. So how was your week?
My week was wonderful, fabulous. Didn't have no problems, no drama. Made money and would keep moving. Still in a
Okay.
good health.
Love it. Love
And
it.
yours?
Mine was the same old same. Work was work. Glad to be off and here with you. So, you know what came across my mind? It's crazy.
What's that?
Cheating.
Cheating.
Yes.
Like on
Yes.
a exam in school or
No. So here we are grown and sexy. So let's do story time about cheating. Whether you cheated, whether you've been cheated on.
okay.
And we're gonna let you kick it off.
Well,
So which one?
men don't cheat because we're natural. What's the word they use? The word?
Bullshit.
No, no,
Bullshit.
no, no. They do it a lot here in Africa.
What you mean men don't
Polygamy.
cheat?
Polygamy. It's been natural and it's been that way
Listen,
for since the
listen.
beginning
You
of
ain't grow up in
time.
Africa. You ain't grow up in
Your
Africa, so we
great
not
great
playing
great
that.
great 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 granddaddy, who was also my great granddaddy, he was a polygamist, and everybody under him that was
You
born
know
over
what?
there was
Knock it off.
also a polygamist.
Knock it off.
So
Knock
it's
it off.
natural. We're just like the lions in the
It's not
jungle.
natural. It's
It's
not natural
natural. It's
because
very natural.
when you get into a relationship, nobody deserves to be cheated on, nor do they expect to be cheated on. So it's not natural.
Do you know what lions and lionesses do? The lioness is faithful to her lion, and he can have her sister, and her cousin, and keep it going, and have lions with each one of them. But one of them better not go and get with his brother or his
Cousin,
uncle.
are you a fucking lion or are you a damn human being? What are we
I'm
talking
definitely a
about right now?
lion. I'm definitely a lion.
Oh
But
my
I
god.
understand where you're coming from, and I think the West. When I say the West, I'm talking about Europe, North America, and maybe even South America. But they created these so-called rules and laws and whatever, and expect society to live by it. And some of them do make sense, and some of them
I
there's
don't
a
know
gray
if it's
area.
rules. I don't know if it's rules and
Well,
laws
it's
or
like
just
an
it's
unwritten
respect.
rule.
No, it's respect. It's respect when you are in a relationship. I don't think it has anything to do with rules. I think
Okay,
it's just
I'm gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you tell your story, but let me ask you this one question, and then I'm gonna chill out. What about all, if not most, of the Muslim wives in those Muslim countries never even seen a Bible, don't even know a Bible exists because they read from a different book, and their husband can have multiple wives, and they can't
okay.
go.
Here's the thing. I cannot speak on that because that's not my reality, and it does not really resonate with me. So unfortunately, and because here's the thing, if I speak on it, I'm going to be very biased to what I know and what I've been taught and what I learned, which is I don't believe in a man having all these different wives because we can switch this around. Why is it that I can't have a bunch of fucking husbands? Why? Why I
Societal
can't? If I'm the
rules.
breadwinner, why can't I have a bunch of husbands? So that's why I really can't speak on that. It's not my reality. It's not how I grew up, and it's not what I seen. So I'm gonna respectfully leave it there.
Okay, and we're gonna applause on that one.
But tell me, okay, so have you ever cheated?
Mm, not while I was in a
No,
real
no, no, no,
long-term
no.
relationship.
That's not
So
the
the answer
question.
would be yes.
Okay, so have you ever been cheated on?
Oh, definitely,
So pick
definitely.
one and give me story time.
I thought you were going first.
No, 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 no. Let's let your dirt be all over the
Oh
screen
God.
first.
Oh God. Well, it's gonna sound messy, but hey, we committed to this.
Okay, so let me put a disclaimer out there before we both say something because both of our stories are going to be messy. And I want to just start by saying this is our reality, this is our experience, and we also want to heal from our traumas. So we're coming up here from a place of what we have been through, and we are now both past our experiences and we have grown since those experiences, but they're still our experiences. And if we can heal someone else, or maybe if someone else is able to come out and maybe comment on their story and maybe wants to come on and tell their story, we're here for it because we're humans, and we want to come from a place of healing and trying to heal. And that being said, go ahead, cousin.
Well, I was in a marriage, and it was still a fairly young marriage, way back in the day. Um, we had one child at the time, and during that 1 year, 15-month period from the date of birth of my son until the next one was created, um, some things were happening, but I really didn't understand the dynamic of why these similar questions keep coming to me ever so often, which was fairly almost routine. Like every 2 or 3 days, I get, who is this woman you looking at me when I go to the store? I know you out there doing. I'm at work
What?
doing normal work hours. I know you out there doing something. I was always being accused of infidelity, and all I was doing just going to work, come back home, play with the baby, do whatever you do when you get off from work, and get up and repeat. You know, and so I was like, why? And then she said, I'm going to the store to pick up X, Y, and Z for dinner. You want anything? And I said, I don't know, maybe bring some like a snack or something. So me and my baby son was sitting on the couch in the living room watching TV, and she left out. And when you go shopping, you grab your purse and go. And she came back fairly quickly, like less than 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, you forgot something? No, don't be having these bitches looking at me in the store. I was like, oh, well, first of all, I don't control bitches' eyes, and what bitches are you talking about? And she, these bitches keep looking at me. I know you're out there doing this and X, Y, and Z. I'm sitting on the couch with my son, our son. So I was like, and this wasn't the first time, she's giving me some type of accusation, but this one took the cake where she actually left on her own by herself and came back, lid flip. I was like, I just shook my head, like, I don't know, maybe most people that think their significant other is a little
Right,
off, we just
right,
shake our heads and keep it moving. As long as they don't get too far off, we'll
right,
shake
right,
our head and keep it moving.
right,
So some time go by, and I don't even know how the conversation started because we was always in the up and down. I'm mad at you here. All
right.
right, let's make up. And then we do the makeup and everything's good
Yeah,
for
normal relationship stuff.
yeah 15 seconds, and then we go right back to where it was.
Right.
At any rate, the conversation started. I'm pregnant, and I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to have an abortion. I said, No, you're not." Because what she had said, the latter part of what she said, had
Right.
already triggered me. Because
Okay.
while I don't care what my neighbors to the left and to the right and to the front and back of me do, I could
Right.
care less
Right.
what they do with their bodies and their children, whatever. But
Hmm.
I'm not going to be a proponent of my own seed being, you know, taken away.
Okay.
So I was adamant. I'm like, we're still married, sleeping in the same bed, and you're
Right.
still having, all the things that married couples do. Talking about you're gonna kill my child. Well, it's my body. I said, I understand that. So I called the state attorney general's office. Because
Cause
even way back then, I know how to do some research and get to the bottom line. I called them on the phone
what?
and asked them, no, because I didn't know. I was still young enough, but old enough, if you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
So I asked the state attorney general. I said, listen, I gave them this backstory. Says I'm married. Me and my wife continue to live in the same house, in the same marital bedroom, doing the
Right.
same marital functions that any other normal married couple would do. And she tells me she's pregnant and she's going to have an abortion, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I want to make sure that I can stop this. They said, no, that's her body, and she can do with it what she wants. I say, but I understand that, but
Right.
she is carrying a seed that came from both of us because I do know biology. Come on now, she can't get pregnant unless a seed is coming in there to impregnate her.
Right. Right. Right.
So, and I was pissed. Needless to say, she went and had an abortion. She
Wow.
went and had the abortion, and guess what?
What?
I was not happy about it. And I try I listen, I even tried to research on my own how to get this case into the Supreme Court because I was not happy about it. And again, I would have lost. Knowing what I know now,
Right. 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 Right.
no regular court would have
Right. Right. Right.
taken that case, because it is what it is. But if I had to guess, even right now, a lot of men don't even know that they could stop that, or if they think they can stop that, that they can't.
I don't think you can. Yeah.
Because it's a shared thing, because it wouldn't be a pregnancy if it wasn't from the male hormone.
True. True. But in the end, it's our body.
It is. But in also in the end, and this is what I said to the lawyer, what I said, can I speak freely? She said, sure. I said, I know I didn't pay you, but you work for the state, and I paid you indirectly. I
Mhm.
said, so it's her body, and she can do with it what she want to with this unborn thing inside of her. I says, but what if she chooses to keep it and the man didn't want it? And
Right.
then now she keep it and give birth to it, and now the man is on the hook for child support and any other type of
Yeah.
support for this child.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to be in the child's life because I done told you I didn't want this thing, and you went ahead and had it, so you keep it. I'm paying my child support age to 18 years, and we'll be done with it.
Right.
But that was my argument. It's like, how dare you? Because on the other side, some men don't want to be a father, at
True.
least be
True.
a father with that woman. But
Right.
anyway, I don't want to elongate my story. So she says, and I'm going to have an abortion. She went and had it under my under. Well, I didn't want it to happen, so
Right.
I,
Of
I
course.
realized that that's not my
That's what
fight.
you do. Mhm.
There's nothing I can do. And 3 months, exactly 3 months later, and let me back up. She told me the reason why she's having an abortion is because
Okay. What
I'm
was
not
it?
I'm not a good father. I said, okay, well, that's your opinion, but what am I supposed to do? I work 8 to 10 hours a day, and I come home, and be with my family, to include my son, my baby son.
Right.
And on the weekends when I'm going out, then I'm wrapping him up. And multiple times you say, you're not taking my son anywhere. I say, what? And then you start fighting that when I'm trying to take him, we can hang out together. That proves that, hey, I'm not having him around no other woman or whatever and cheating with you. Yeah.
Right.
So she was, and sometimes she wouldn't, and I was like, you know what, I'm not even going to argue with it. Sometimes again, when we're on the up, I
Yeah.
can do whatever. So, she's 3 months later, she got pregnant, and she says, I'm pregnant. I said, oh, what, you gonna murder? Take this one too, unalive this one too.
Oh
I was a
Lord. No,
very,
you
I was a
didn't.
very sarcastic MF back then. Well, a little bit still now.
Still. Still.
Uh,
Still.
anyway, she says, no, I'm gonna keep this. I said, oh, I guess I win father of the year. Well, you've been doing a little bit better. What did I do? Because I was changing the Pampers then and feeding the baby,
So
whenever
you
I'm
basically
available.
said a 3 month span. So yeah, what
3 months.
dramatically would have happened
Nothing
between?
changed. I didn't go to no Father of the Year schooling or whatever the case may be. I didn't do anything different. But here she is pregnant, and this time she keeps this child or this thing.
Right.
Well, I don't know what to call
Keep
it
saying thing.
no,
Right. So
because I don't know what to because so many people, and I'm more on the scientific side of things. So it is what it is. It's a thing. If it's not developed, it don't have a eyes and arms and legs and all this other stuff until it at a certain stage. Anyway, let's not get into the scientific biological part of what was inside her that can't became my daughter.
right.
And I embraced it and moved on. Had I had the mindset that I've had some years back, but
Uh-huh.
way after that incident, um, I'm sure I wouldn't be a free man like I am today, and I'm sure she wouldn't be breathing.
So your thoughts were she got pregnant and then
She
had
got
abortion.
pregnant because that aborted thing was not going to come out looking like me.
Oh, so you're thinking she cheated.
I'm thinking, now I don't have concrete evidence,
Right.
but you can't tell me a woman in her sane mind is going to get pregnant on this day, have an abortion on this day, and get pregnant again 90 days later and keep this stuff with the same so-called husband or
Right.
seed creator.
Right. You're thinking
You-
something happened in between there. Let's not make it
What
sense.
can happen in
Right.
90 days?
Right.
Because
Right.
I know me and I know what I did and didn't do. I didn't make any kind of changes during that 90 days.
Nothing was different.
Nothing was different. My schedule stays the same, my routine stays the same, everything stayed the same.
So let me ask
She's
you
the
this
one
question.
she's the one making all the differences.
So what happened? What was she doing differently? Like what made something?
Well,
Okay, so
she shut down like to her family and most of the public, or what I thought was most of the public. She
mhm,
didn't shut down to that nigga she got pregnant with that she aborted. Anyway, um she just started, acting funny. I came home one day and stick my key in the door and unlock the door, and the door is locked with a chain on the inside. I'm like, and I'm calling on the cell phone and I hear the house phone ringing and she's not answering. So I'm thinking, okay, something's going on. So I break the door down. Next thing you know, here comes the police to talk to me for breaking the door down in
right,
my
right,
own home.
your own house, right?
Okay. You need some special kind of help, young lady. Cause and then one day I came home. No,
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 no, no,
no.
no, no. But
No,
wait.
no. Let me finish. When I went back into the bedroom to make sure that she was okay, she had a magazine. I think it was People's Magazine up like this and brought it down so she could see my eyes looking. She's looking at me. I was like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm thinking something. You dead or something? What's going on? And then she put the magazine back up. And then I looked at the TV. Oprah Winfrey show was playing, and I didn't like Oprah from that day till now. But yeah,
Lord,
I didn't think about she actually was committing infidelity while home, being a single, stay at home mom while I'm at work with our young son,
right,
because my son is only 18 months older than my daughter.
right,
Take away 3 months from that, that would be
mhm,
15 months from the
right,
one that she took away.
right.
So, um, yeah, and then about 2 months after that, then we split because the craziness was coming too fast, too fast.
Right.
There's too many down here, not enough up here.
And
So you got to go. I
and
got to go, and you got to go. We both going.
right. And the whole time you're thinking she cheated, so you're like, I can't
Well,
get over.
no, no, I didn't think that then. I didn't
Okay.
get this mind thought until
Oh, okay.
years later, decades. We
Re-
was already divorced at this time.
Okay. Okay.
And then something get, because as you age and get more wiser,
Mature. Yeah.
things come to mind. It's like, and I just sat around and thought about this one day. It's like, why did she do that? And we're still married.
Right.
And I start thinking about all other life experiences and other people's life experiences and their relationships and marriages and whatever.
Right.
I'll say and I can't come unless you or someone else can tell me. because she's gonna stick with her story, and I'm sure she's gonna
Of
stick with you
course,
to the
of
day she
course.
dies. That she one or two or six other reasons why she had an abortion.
Right. And then
Because
hindsight is 2020.
me being a better father,
Right.
only after 3 months did not happen.
Right.
It didn't, and I'm not saying I was a perfect dad or the perfect father or whatever the 3 months before or leading up. I'm not saying that, but I wasn't, what she claimed to be because I didn't make any changes. So I was good enough for you to get pregnant again and take this one all the way to
That
term.
part. Right. So
Really?
yeah, looking back on it, you was like,
So
something
I
ain't right here.
have a threshold to measure who I was as a father, here with my
Right.
son
Right.
versus in between until my she was pregnant with our daughter. And there's no change. There's no change. So
Wow. That's
somebody out there in the world, please come with another
perspective.
logical reason and perspective on why she had an aborted something inside of her, and then
Okay.
kept the next one.
Right. That
But
part.
I don't know. So
Okay.
fellas, be very careful. Cause she'll lay with you one as your wife and be out there doing X, Y, Z. And I know men, and I know y'all in the comments gonna say, "Oh, men cheat more than the women." I used to think that too, but I also had female best friends, female cousins, female
Mhm.
coworkers, and
Right.
just females in general that I know, and they tell me, "Yeah, female cheat." But we don't be messy with it and leave breadcrumbs behind most of the cases. Most of y'all
Yeah.
breadcrumbs are left with a pregnancy. Then they say, "Oh, this is your child," and that ain't that man's baby.
True. 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 True.
And I
Well, like,
hate that. I hate that because the only way we can really know, and hopefully, science is always right, is through a DNA test.
facts. That's the only definitive answer right there. That is true.
Exactly.
But you'll never know why she aborted. Like you'll never know.
I know
But
the answer that she gave me, but I don't
you don't
buy
believe
it.
it.
I
Right.
bought it that time, but
Right.
once I got matured in my mind, I said, "No, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no
And
way."
I'm kind of thinking you really didn't buy it because the
Uh,
relationship kind of
well,
soured.
we were still having the downhill
Okay. Okay. So on top
turmoil,
of all of
but
that,
it
right?
increased from her side because okay, here's one of my flaws. At least then, I talk now. If you do something to piss me off, I shut down. I don't talk.
Hmm.
I will walk past you and look you right in your face and keep
Right.
moving. You could be talking, 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 talking. I would not even recognize you. And don't put your hands on me.
Right. That part. That part. Yes. I haven't been known to do this. Woo!
And
Growth.
it's not a good tactic, but it
No.
to me the way I don't know, seem like it's okay is I'm protecting you as well as myself
That part.
because
Because
if I engage with
trust
this,
me, it's
then
not gonna be good.
the energy is start growing, and yeah, it's not
Yes,
going to be
yes.
good.
It's easier just to kind of
Mhm.
like ignore and not
Yeah,
feed into that energy or feelings. It's
mhm.
really you not feeding into your feelings at the time. Because if I
Exactly.
go there, it's going to be something. Trust me. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Wow. Woo! So I guess it's my turn.
It
Mm.
is. I want to know about who cheated on you because all the females, according to you, don't cheat and don't have children out of wedlock with some
Um,
other man and all this other stuff. But go ahead.
let's see.
What did he do? What did he do?
Have I been cheated on? Yes, I have. All my relationships, I have been cheated on. But that's not where I'm going to go today. Today, I'm
Where
going
you
to take a
going?
spin. I'm going to take a spin. At the time, my story time is at the time I was actually single. I was not with anyone.
Okay.
And my older sister was like, hey, let's go to the bar. So I was like, okay, let's do it. So we went. I wind up coming down to her house. We wind up going to a local bar, having drinks. And while there, we winded up running into some high school friends, people that you know, stuff like that. So my sister came up to me and she was telling me, blah, blah, blah is here. And he wants to take you out later. Now, blah 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 was a ex friend's man. So I was like, really? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, girl,
Hold
So
on, hold
anyway,
on, hold on, hold on.
yeah.
Blah blah. Hold on. I dozed off. I took a cookie, edible earlier.
You
You who? Okay, this blah blah. The boy
blah
or the girl?
blah is the boy. I do not do
Can,
females, so blah
can
blah
you
is
give
always
him
going to be the
just
man.
make up a name and because I'm high as I'm
John.
high as a kite right now.
Okay, we're gonna go with John because I
Okay,
I don't do
John is a good
females.
name.
So
John
yes,
Doe.
I am
He's a penny
strictly
though.
Bickley. So yeah, John. We're gonna go with John.
Well, you had to put that out there.
I did, I did, I did, I did, I did. So, anyways, we're at the bar. We are conversating. We are mingling. We are catching up with old friends, old people. I shouldn't say friends. We're catching up with old people. Me and my
Right, right.
sister, we're doing our thing. And yeah, she kind of whispered in the ear, he's here, he's digging you. And it's kind of funny because if I think back on it, there has been several times where I went to her house and she has been out, and this person, John, has brought me up. And so, anyways, we're out that night. We're having a good
Brought you
time.
up
We're
like
vibing.
in
Huh?
conversation. Brought you up like what in conversation?
Just to her. Yeah. He would be like, hey, how's your sister doing? Da, 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 da.
Oh,
Just like asking how I'm doing and such and such. And then she would bring it back to me. And I'm just like, okay, and like not thinking nothing of it. That's my ex best friend.
right.
And when I say best friend, meaning out of high school, I mean, we were just really close. So yeah, I don't want to get too far into it because
Your
then
ex bet so John was in a relationship with your friend that you know friends or you cut your friendship off with.
something happened, so we're no longer best friends. But yeah, at the
Okay, let's
time,
call her Mary. So Mary and John was an item. They were dating for some time.
long, long time.
Okay. And Mary was your best friend up until recently when you and John kept asking about you and all this.
At the time, we were not best friends. Correct.
But you were best friend.
So okay, here's the thing. See, if I get too far into the relationship, then
Well, we
it's
just gave them names. Hell, it's your story. Mary and damn John.
Mary and John. Okay, so me and
Y'all in the
Mary.
comments, you figure out who is Mary. There's plenty of them. There's a whole lot of Johns, but keep right on
Shut
going
up,
forward. Tell your
cousin.
story, cause I'm
Lord,
high and I need to figure it out. What you're saying?
if you shut up, I can speak. Me and Mary were goddamn best friends, okay?
Okay,
And John was out one night when me and my sister were out. Okay, so
got
John
it.
came up to my sister and he was like blah 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 in my sister's ear talking about me. Now we feeling it, we having a good time, we vibing. So my sister came back with the gossip. She was telling me, hey, John's, he's here. He's talking about you, blah 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 blah. He wants to hook up later on after the bar. What's up? What's up? And I was like, I don't know, I don't know. Ooh, you know. I didn't really
Er,
think much of it, put it that way, because that's not really who I am. That's not what I do. So at the time when she brought it to me, I'm looking at her like, why would you even bring that to me? So I just kind of just put it to the background, and we having a good time. We drinking, carrying on, cutting up, this, that, and the third. And drinks are flowing. Meanwhile, it's starting to be the end of the club. And she comes back around because I guess he had been in her ear off and on all night long, trying to figure out where I'm at with it. But meanwhile, the whole time he never came up to me all night. Like he never came up to me all night. So I guess he was somewhere in the background, and I'm not looking for him. Like I'm not. So as it was time getting ready to leave, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah,
you said
yeah.
fuck Mary.
I said, actually, Mary was not even thought of. I mean, I'm drinking, I'm having a good time. Mary was not even thought of. I was just like,
You
fuck
are
it.
you being 100 because you had just broke up with her as best friends, right?
Not just, not just. It had
What
been
a
years. It
week?
had been years.
Oh,
Let's do
years.
a time. It's been years. We had
Oh,
not talked for years.
like 5 years.
Her and I would say a good year. I would say a good 4 years. Her and I had not talked for a good 4 years.
Oh, well, I mean,
No, 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 no,
yeah,
no. But
he's free.
No, I mean, no, not so much.
How
Anyways,
y'all broke up? Well, she probably gonna thinking that if she found out that you did it as revenge for y'all relationship being in the
right.
demise,
And
and you,
so,
I would think that too. So,
right. But the thing about it
but
is,
I wouldn't care. I don't think I would.
I wasn't checking for her. She wasn't checking for me. We weren't friends. It had been years. So no, I would not say it was revenge because honestly, it's hard for me to tell this story because I don't want it to really hurt nobody. Like I'm hoping,
Well, we're not here to do that.
right, right.
But
But
our
I
story
don't
is
really
our
want
story.
people, right. So, but if the doctor connected, if the dots are connected, like I really don't want to hurt anybody. So I would not say revenge because if I was really trying to hurt her, I would just come right on out and get really deep into the story and tell to the point where they would know it's them.
No,
And so I'm
at
not
our
really
big age now, we don't have to do revenge, and we can say what we
right,
want to say.
right. And
If it
so
hurt your feelings, then
right,
either you didn't know the true side as I speak it now, or you just, let me not say what I was just about to say. No, I'm
yeah.
gonna say it. You just a weak ass motherfucker.
So,
Moving
anyways,
on.
he pulled up to the door of the bar, and I jumped in the car.
Look at that tongue.
I jumped in the car, and so
The
we
front
wind up
seat or
going
the
to,
back seat.
huh?
The front seat or the back seat.
I jumped in the front seat. What? Yeah.
Okay, you
I
said
mean,
you
I'm
jumped in the
here.
car. We because the way that you stuck your tongue out, the way the story's gonna flow out, we need to know if it was the front seat or the back seat or a
I
little bit
jumped
of
in.
both.
I jumped in the front seat. It's on. It's on.
Okay,
And so he's like, "All right, so we doing this?" And I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm here." So yeah, we wind up going out of town to a hotel.
not was it a Hilton?
Shut up, cause it doesn't fucking matter if it was a Hilton or not. It was a hotel. We
Well,
being
I mean,
messy.
was it a Super Eight,
No,
Motel Six,
I don't do
or
Super
somewhere
8.
in between that and the Hilton?
It had a bed and it had a ceiling and some walls. It was a hotel. Yeah. And so
So does a jailhouse. But go ahead.
you said it was a jailhouse. No. Anyways, so we get there and yeah, I wanted it differently than normal. Meaning,
Oh, let's not go into the gory details. We're not ready for all that. Mm-mm.
you're not ready?
Mm-mm. I'm not. I don't want to hear that.
He said he don't want to hear that. Anyways, it was what it was. Yeah, we were together. And afterwards, like I felt like I was like I felt like it was just really fucked up. Like I felt like it was fucked up. I called my sister afterwards and she was like, "Girl, you did it." And I was like, "Yeah, I did." And I'm really not proud of it. Like I really wasn't.
Well, let me ask you
And
this.
huh?
Let me ask you this. You
Okay.
said that when he was asking about you and you finally jumped in, you wasn't thinking about her. Okay, now that you done went to the hotel, the nasty one bed hotel, did the do, and now you thinking about her. That
Yeah.
don't make sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about it because
You thought of her initially before you opened the car door. Sometime while you're on the dance floor, before you open up the car
no,
door,
actually,
you
when the
had a
drinks
thought
are
about
no, no,
Mary.
no, no,
You
no, no,
had a
no.
thought.
No, 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 no. You're no, no. Here's the thing: when you're out and you're drinking, and back then I drank, I smoked. Back, so no, you're not thinking. You're really not. You're oh, what if I do this? She's gonna feel it. No, you're not thinking
No,
about
you
that.
might not be thinking
The drinks are
logically.
flowing. The weed is going. You're having a good time. You know, you shaking that thing on the. No, you're not thinking about that. But once the deed was done, and after the fact, and then like the next day, and I'm coming down, I'm like, ugh, ugh, like this, yeah,
Oh,
this
so
wasn't cool.
being sober
But here
is
go my sister,
unsettling.
and who cares? Like my sister, she's
Is
something.
that the one that lived around the corner from you?
No, 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 no. I'm talking about my older sister. I'm talking about my ace
Oh,
boom coon back then. I'm talking about my ace boom
well,
coon. Like,
both of them.
yeah,
Everybody's older than you. You're the baby.
true. My yeah, firstborn, and she was my ace boom coon, and she was like, "Girl, get over it," and she used to kill me with that. "Girl, get over it," and it is what
So
it is. Blah blah
she
blah blah.
never
Blah.
liked Mary in the first place.
Yeah, but to make a
Y'all
long
hating
story
on Mary.
short,
Why y'all hating on Mary?
I'm absolutely not hitting on Mary. They're still together to this day.
Oh,
She never found out.
hold the fuck up. Hold on.
What?
I thought that Mary and John were dating and dating and dating and dating,
They
and
were.
then while you and Mary was besties, and then oh, yeah, they were still together. I didn't even think about it. I thought that they had also broke up. See that damn cookie I ate. Cause why would I think that
No,
he
they
broke up with
never
her
broke
and you
up.
broke up with
They
her?
never
And
broke up. No. So let me
well,
break
that
it
was a
down for the
whole new spin on. Well,
cousin.
everybody else
Let me
might have
break it
heard it, but
down for
I
the slow
missed that
ones.
part.
Let me break it down for the slow ones. Mary and I became best friends. Then John came around.
Okay.
John and Mary became a couple.
Oh.
Mary and I were still best friends.
Oh.
Mary and our relationship went away, but
You got to
Mary
put
and
that finger
John were
down.
still together.
No, the middle finger is you, so you got to put this one back up and drop Mary.
No,
And
Mary
so
and
it's like,
John were still together. And then I was out one day and I ran into John at the club
and you knew they were still together at this point because you and Mary are not been best friends at that point for four
for
years.
4 years. For
Did
four
you
years.
know that her and John were still together?
Of
At
course, it
what
was
point did you
known.
ask?
It was known that they were still together. Hence the whole point of us going out of town. It was
Oh,
known,
cousin,
cousin.
I'm
Hence
looking
the
at you
whole point of
foul.
us going out of town. It was
I'm
known.
looking at you foul. But it was 4 years too. So I can't look
Okay,
at you
so
too foul.
here's the contrast. This was back when I was in my 20s. I am 50 something now. So this is not something that I am proud of. This is not something that
Proud
I would
Mary.
do at this later
Keep on
state in
running.
my age. This is not something that I would do knowing that, I
Well,
wouldn't
you
want
have life
trauma to come back
experience.
on
You
me.
have life experience
We
and
have
you
life
can.
experience, you
Yeah.
grow, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so did I do that? Yeah, I did that. I did.
Mm, I mean, I think it's debatable from the male perspective and the female perspective on did you cross the line
Of
going
course I did.
out with
I absolutely did.
an ex friend or a family member or whatever the case may be, and they well, and they were still together. So he was the one that's wrong. See, I
No,
keep
no, 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 no. We can't do
he
that.
was definitely wrong.
We were both in the wrong because I can't just
I don't
say, well,
know.
because her and I were no longer friends, that I
Well,
had a
they
right to
weren't
do that.
married at the time you did it
No, they were still
because
together. They were
yeah,
not married, but
are
I
they
should
married
not
now?
have a right to
Are
do
they
that.
married now?
Yes, they are married now.
Well, congratulations to to the nuptials. And once you see this, you can't get mad because I'm sure at this point it's been many decades.
It's been so long ago. It's
And
been so long ago.
and after 4 years of being best friends, and then you're no longer best friends, and 4 years later, and I do something. Well, we're not friends now.
It was still messy. It was still messy. It was still
Very
messy.
much so, but you said you wasn't thinking about her. She was the last thing on your mind. But you knew. See, when I asked you that question before, I thought that her and John had broken up like soon after you and her friendship went south. That
No,
was
they
my
never.
fault for thinking that you didn't say that. But I was just
No, they never broke up. Like I think they've been
wow.
together like some umpteen years. Umpteen years. Like they never broke up. And
I don't know.
so,
Let's
yeah.
let's let's ask the people in the comments if your ex best friend slept with your current lover, soulmate, partner
It's
that you
wrong.
had before you and your ex best friends became ex best friends, and you still, how would you feel? I want to
How
have a.
how are you trying to paint this? Either way, it was still wrong because they were.
It was wrong, definitely wrong on John's part. If
It
he
was
if
definitely wrong
if
on my
if
part.
if he was supposed to be in a monogamous relationship with Mary, it was definitely wrong on John's part. They weren't. You didn't break up a marriage. You didn't cause what are those vows they have in the
Right. I
Bible?
understand what you're saying. I didn't
Yeah.
break any vows or anything like that. But if I'm going to look on a standpoint of morals, I was absolutely wrong. Would I do that? Would I do something like that today? Hell no, because I wouldn't want it done to me. But this is something that I did in my 20s. It happened. I'm not proud of it. It is
Oh,
what it
Mary.
is.
Oh, it's Mary's not the proud one. It's Evie.
But let me just say this. I'm glad it never got out because they are still together. They are happy. They are married. Yeah,
And we're
so
gonna issue a legal disclaimer. This is not to
what?
break y'all up. And if y'all get broken up from me, you shouldn't have been watching this show anyway. Thanks, Mary and John.
Right. So
Now
yeah.
sue us about Mary and damn John. Every Mary and John got to be interviewed.
Right. No, but the topic was cheating. And so that is my story. That is my story time.
But
Um,
you didn't cheat on your significant other.
no,
So
because I was single.
That was John cheating. So it's that's not your story. Yeah,
It is my story because I
you
was
was
there.
messy. You was a participant, but you didn't cheat. Who did you cheat?
Um,
Who did you
I did
cheat?
not cheat, but morally, was it right? Was it
Now,
right
I
morally?
would agree there,
It was not right morally.
but
And
you
for what
didn't
I
cheat.
stand for, and so for what I stand for to this day, it was not right. And this is and the reason why I think I'm telling this story is because this story has um
Haunted you.
some something that's been on my mind for years because how I portray myself, or not even how I portray myself, how I am, it is just morally, it's just not who I am. Like, cause so yeah, I kind of told it to kind of heal, to kind of put it out there, to kind of get past it. Once again, I'm glad they're still together. I'm glad they are healthy and happy. But yeah, it's some shit that happened. It happens. I'm putting it out there.
Why you
It's not the
laughing?
best.
Why you
It's not.
laughing?
I'm laughing because it's kind of uncomfortable to kind of put myself out there. It's kind of uncomfortable because would I want this done to me? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, because I mean, if I'm gonna put the shoe on the other foot and say I'm still in that relationship and we're no longer friends, and then she sleeps with my man, am I okay with that? I'm absolutely not okay with that. So that is why I'm saying morally I was not right, but
Okay.
I'm also human and I'm here to be authentically honest, and so that is why I am telling my story. Um, yeah, and it only happened one time because I could not see myself doing it again. So yeah, it was a one and done.
I wonder
Um,
if they had got married and she sent you an invitation, or maybe
no, because we
hold
were
on,
no
maybe
longer
6 months
friends.
before they got married, she reaches out to you and you agreed to a meeting and y'all go out and have dinner or lunch or whatever and make up and become friends again. And then 6 months later she sends you a wedding invitation.
But the funny thing about it is, I had seen her years later after all that happened, and um,
Did you wave at her? Did you go up and hug
no,
and
we
neck?
were actually put into the same situation. We were at a cookout, and I happened to be there,
Who
and
made
she
a
happened to
potato
be there.
salad?
And we were talking, and it was
You like
like
that?
I knew what had happened in the back of my mind, and so it was the most awkward thing ever. And so I could never be her friend again. I could never.
So you thought that she could read that
Yeah, it's almost like
Evie
it's
fucked my
written all
man.
over my face. Yeah, it's like it's written all over my face and stuff. That's how I felt. Like, oh my god, if I stick around her too long, she's gonna see it. It's gonna come out. Word vomit. But yeah. Whew, that's my story, and that's what it is. But the funny thing about it is, let me just say this piece, and then I'll be done with it. So after that happens, it was like a couple of months later. My cousin wind up getting hurt and being in the hospital.
And bad to me.
So all of us as family, we were kind of rallying around him. So we all kind of went to the hospital, and lo and behold, John showed up.
At the same hospital.
And yeah, so yeah, John showed up at the hospital, and my sister was like, "Oh, John is here." And meanwhile, I'm
Okay, this
trying
sister is
to,
messy too.
huh?
This sister is messy.
Oh, she's been messy, but she was my ace boom coon. Yes, I agree, she was messy. So anyway, she was like, "John is here," and I'm trying to like not. I never engaged in the conversation with John at the time. So yeah, he was there. I never said anything to him. I never spoke to him because the whole time I'm like regretting everything. Really and truly was. So, anyways, make a long story short, we're at the hospital. We're trying to pay our respects, to our cousin and stuff like that. So I'm telling my sister, okay, I'm about to go home because my new man is to the house. So now, granted, this is a couple months. This is months later, right? I would say about a good 5 to 6 months later. So I'm trying to get back home. Like I want to come down and pay my respects, but now I'm trying to get home because my man is at the house. So I get back to the house to my man. We laying down watching TV, watching a movie, and the my window was right by the front door, so I can see who's coming to my front door just by my window. So now my man, he gets up and goes to the bathroom, and my doorbell rings. Who is it? Fucking John is at the door.
Yo.
It's at the door. So I jump up and I run to the door and I'm trying to be quiet as possible. But meanwhile, my bedroom window is the front door. Like it's right there. So you can just lay in my bed and you can see everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh shit. So as he's in the bathroom, I'm running to the front door and I'm trying to I open the door and I'm like, what are you doing here? Now, granted, I just seen him at the hospital. This is the same day. No sooner than I got back home, a couple hours later, John shows up at my door.
How did John know where you live? This ain't John's first time there.
Yes, it was John's first time there because I don't
Oh,
bring.
so he just gonna unannounced, never been to your house
It could have
and
been my
ring
messy
your
sister.
doorbell.
It could have been my messy sister because I promise you, John did not. He has never been to my house. Like I'm very.
Man, take notice of your girl's sisters and best friends. Cause they're
It's
your
true.
enemies. They're your
It's
enemies. But go
it's.
ahead.
Anyways, John is there, and I think that was the first thing that I said when I opened up the door. I was like, taken aback, like, what in the hell is you doing here? This is what I'm thinking, but that's not what I said. I was like, what are you doing here? No, that's exactly what I said, actually. I was like, what are you doing here? Because my man is here. And he was like, no, I just seen you and I thought we could. Yeah, I know what you thought we could do. I know you reminiscing about that. No, bro. I was like, no, you got to go. My man is here. You got to go. And I'm hurrying up because I know he's in the bathroom, and I know he's coming out that
He
bathroom every
heard that
time now.
doorbell. He
Huh?
heard that doorbell. That your man,
Right.
your
And
man,
so
your man
I'm
heard
sitting
that
here
doorbell.
stressed, trying to get him away from my door, and he's sitting there. Oh yeah, well I just seen you, and I wanted to. You got to go. I just kept saying, you got to go, you got to go, you got to go. So I eventually pushed him out the door. No sooner than I closed the door, who's coming out the bedroom into the living room? And I'm just like, and he's like, who was that?
Exactly.
And I'm just like, well, you know how I was at the hospital. That's like I can't get into the whole. Yeah,
So
that's
you
my
was
ex
just
best
bouncing around.
friend's
So once
man.
you start bouncing with your story, he already knew this is a lie,
Yeah. Because I mean, I can't
and
just be
she's
like,
taking it.
oh, that's my ex best friend's man that I slept with a couple of months ago, and now yeah. So it was just like, that's just the old friend. Yeah, he was the vibe was off. He was feeling it. He wound up leaving. We wound up getting into a whole confrontation, and yeah, it was crazy. I never really told him the real story. Somehow we wound up just working it out. I never seen John again, and that was that. Make a long story short, messy, messy, messy. I don't like messy. I would never do messy again. It was just too much. It was just too much.
No, Missy is that sister that you kept referring to, kept inviting John into your life, and you know what? We're gonna talk about this on another topic, but sometimes our own family members
Yeah.
invite chaos into our lives because they know that I want you in a certain way without a certain someone. So they're insert chaos. So then you go back to the availability that they're accustomed to.
Yeah, and that is true. And I know what you're trying to say. Like the whole, If you're single and messy and you ain't got nothing good going on in your
Right.
life, then we can just be toxic together.
Exactly.
Yeah, and yeah, so but at the same time, I can't put too much on my sister when I also like I'm grown. I'm
Yeah.
grown
Yeah.
and I
Absolutely.
decided to do blah 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 and blah 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 on my own. I'm grown. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the shit that we the stuff that we have been through
I
is just
mean, it's for nothing else. It's a learning experience, and I'm
yeah,
almost I'm a firm believer that every one of our experiences is already designed to be our experience, and we had to
right.
go through it, and it's already written on how we would respond and react to those experiences. It's already
Right.
written, and it's
Yeah.
supposed to happen. And maybe it took that for you to go through it so that you'll know that the woman you will become eventually become will not ever do anything, and you would teach other people the same way.
Right. Right. And
So,
that was a past. It was what it was. Fast forward, this is who I am now. And yeah, collectively it just makes you a better person because you
yeah,
realize the stuff that you done back then is not something that you would want to ever repeat or do, but it
or
is your
or go
reality
through or
or
go
go through.
through.
It's your yeah, it's but it's your reality. And so I
Yeah,
can't sit here and be this person now with not telling the story from the
yeah.
past. And so it is what it is. And with that being said, that kind of concludes tonight's story time. If you
With
guys
the
have
cheating ass.
experienced any cheating or have been cheated on, please come into the comments with your story. You know, if your story is juicy enough, maybe we'll bring you on and let you tell your story. But I am Evie,
And I'm Nino, and together we are cousin
cousin
Steve.
Steve.
We'll see you on the next one.